going to talk for a couple of minutes. I've been a Unitarian since I was about 3. Grew up in the church in Atlanta. I don't remember that. I'm lucky if I remember a sermon a week or 2 ago at this point. But still, I've been doing this less as probably the producer than almost everybody here has been, but as an observer enough to have some thoughts about what we have built and what we're supporting. And I've put it into 4 buckets because I'm kind of a bucket person. I sort stuff out. And I'm a lawyer in the other life. And like order among things, even with teenagers, of which I've got 2. We'll come back to that. But so the first bucket, I think, of what we've built, what we've given ourselves, what we're making, is an opportunity for our own individual spiritual exploration. As we go about seeking our journey, whether it's a journey to enlightenment, a journey to a better or some sort of relationship with the power that is, or whether it's just a journey towards trying to find a ethical and humanistic way of being in the world. We give ourselves an hour a week to question, to think, to be inspired, to have melody, and to have silence. And that is essential to all of us, I think, in putting together these opportunities that we have. I think the second bucket would be an opportunity for connectedness to each other. And we do that in a lot of different ways, and people go about it from their individual friendships and relationships with each other in and out of this room, small group ministries where we do it in an intimate sort of way, big group gatherings, packed sacred services at the holidays with music and light and reverence, and then completely mixed up things where we bond as a community, like the retreat at Occidental, which might be an individual walk, a duo, a quartet of people, teachers and students together, interchanging those roles, and finally a participation as an audience in what has to be the best place for any child and most adults to be themselves, to perform. That's connectedness to each other. And I think we built that. And I think we built connectedness to our larger community, to the city, to the Tenderloin, the faithful fools, the social services in the Tenderloin. My daughter every year looks forward to coming and serving at the Mantoma shelter. This year she brought her boyfriend, who is now going to become a Unitarian, I'm pretty sure. and just that opportunity to be part of that place. We, by this institution, are giving ourselves that ability to serve. And I think the 4th bucket I see is a connectedness to the larger world, where if you think about the issues, you think about what we've proselytized about at our church, at our place. Where were we 15 years ago on equal rights for marriage? Who was out in front long before this came out as a subject that now is on the tip of everybody's tongue? What about opposition to war and violence? What about the ribbon around the church? What about standing up for what's right and good and true? Who is there when it comes to issues like racial equality, gender equality, equal justice, equal opportunity? We build that. That's what our investment is all in. I like thinking about this. I think this is an incredible thing that we're doing. And I get charged up about it when I get a chance to actually sit down for a couple of minutes and start that thought process. This year, the last few years, we have had rough spots as a group of humans, as an institution. It's not easy work. There have been disruptions and there have been disagreements, and we can't let it distract from the potential that we have to realize goals that are now as important as they ever have been, and a mission that's as meaningful to all of us, I think, as we can make it. And if we all pull together, if we all continue to put our faith in each other, in ourselves, put our resources behind it, we're going to be able to realize the mission. So at the risk of going one place too far, I'm still going to talk for a second about one part of this community that goes back to the teenagers. My son Daniel's now away at college in Ohio. You've probably seen him more than me. He was, we had the naming ceremony. What do you call the dedication? Thank you. We did that. He went through the rites of passage program. He had a secret friend who was Thad Smith. He went through
Coming of age.
Huh?
Coming of age.
Coming of age. Exactly. Who could forget? Right. And when he came home a couple of weeks ago, there was really one person in particular that he wanted to get together with, not once but twice, and that was Thad. Because Thad had always been there for him and had been a mentor, had been a champion, a supporter, one of the village that raises the kid, one of the church that raises a kid. He's taught Daniel more about generosity, more about thoughtfulness, more about selflessness than I ever could. And that is the community that we have. That's the community I see when I look around this room. And when I think about the church that we're in, I think about what we want to do. So, what's it worth? What's it worth to have a ladder towards self-realization, a warm fire of community to harbor next to, and a roadmap to service? It's worth a lot. And I think it's worth remembering. Thank you.